What is tobacco?
Tobacco is something that they put in the, it's beer.
Facci quello della telecamera, proprio. Andiamo.
Now, we are going in by the ancient Porta Marina. Mare, for you, sea. I'm pointing up the ancient defensive walls of Pompeii. Into the walls, besides 8 gates, 12 watchtowers. And take a look, spread up among the polygonal blocks of lava. See, those white, small marble stones. The so-called cat's eyes. The street lights of nowadays. They reflected the moonlight.
Oh.
The light of the olive oil lamps they used once for lighting up. No doubt, a good help for the Pompeians walking at night. Sidewalks, pardon, see, like here, holes, like that one. Above all, useful, from a sidewalk to the other, the crosswalks. The big stepping stones for the convenience of the pedestrians when crossing the street. The bronze statue over there, that of Apollo, and facing him, his sister, Diana. How to say? The sun and the moon, archaeological Naples museum. The moon's very close. Still today, you can see a ball. That one. These Greek temples were built up on the lower part. In town. When we see at once a huge pillar covered by stucco, we can't realize on that very moment that that huge pillar is not constituted by an only enormous block. You know, several of them, one into the other, one up on the other, and that very end covered by stucco. Here we are, look, the western one over here, surrounded by a two-storied portico. You know, a roofed gallery along 3 sides, as well as nowadays in our piazzas. Back then, the same thing. It was really agreeable, no? During the rainy days, during the hot days, leisurely working under a roof, rather than in rain, rather than in the sun. The northern end over there, take a look, still today, completely occupied by the most imposing temple of the city, the temple of Jupiter. Zeus, forgetting insanity and words, no more, obviously, no longer to be traveled. From states, so all from states. Anyway. I love New York, I love Los Angeles, Kentucky Derby, many of them. These gentlemen, A great number of jars, marble pillars with fantastic Corinthian capitals. And down there, talking of this one, left by the Pompeians in the ash. He died, right? His body immediately buried above all beneath ash. The ash hardened, solidified. In the meantime, the body decomposed, decayed, and left in the ash the mold, the shape of the body. That's the empty space which has been filled in with liquid plaster. Plaster which, solidifying, assumed the shape of what there was in the ash. Not always people, animals. I'm going to show you further on the trunk of a tree, a big door. The wood as well as the bodies decayed and left in the ash the shape of the tree, the shape of the door. The plaster filled in, solidifying, assumed that shape. So what I want to put in evidence, the coins you are looking at are not ancient. The girl are going to protect his face, nose, eyes, mouth, from the gas, above all from the ash. And look at him. Why not? Most likely in the meantime praying, crying. I can't miss to show you a tragedy into look at her position. No doubt she was trying to protect her baby, no? And behind this plaster cast, look at the trunk of a tree, the plaster cast of a tree. And leaning on the wall, see right in front at the very end, the plaster cast of a door. I repeat, the wood as well as the bodies decayed and left in the ash the shape of the tree, the shape of the door. The plaster filled in, solidifying, assumed that shape. I'm pointing up a real, authentic, big safe. So not a plaster cast, a real one. Made out of wood inside and bronze and iron outside. The wood inside, protected by the metal, exceptionally survived. The tourist mind ran immediately to Rome, the capital city. Now, public latrine, public toilet. This is the one.
Ancient bathroom where they would clean themselves with sea sponges.
The main square was, like today, a pedestrian area. Not without reason, still today, right in here, before the Nero's Memorial Arch. So before one of the main access to the square, two big marble blocks. What do they testify? No doubt, they stopped, they blocked the wheeled traffic. No chariots, no animals were allowed. Only walking was possible to enter the square. Come and see. I did mention that one with the arches, the food market. Meat, fish, vegetables, fruits. Believe me, a supermarket. I'm going to show it to you on the way back. A question now, me ladies. Suppose you had gone in back then, shopping, and you had bought a lot of stuff. You were in need of a deliverer, a porter. Take a look, how well organized. Can we see? Can you see? Two men carrying a jar. That was the logo of the Saccari Corporation. Okay, ladies, gentlemen. Don't remind me. In a monument like Pompeii, a scandal. Money.
It's just right in the middle.
The thing is, the ladies section collapsed. That's why we are going into the men's section. You don't need to close your eyes. Huh? So you did get the spas, the baths, were divided into two main sections. One for the ladies, one for the gentlemen, with separate entrances. The toilets, one of them I did show you, were for both men and women. They used, wooden partitions with a little bit of privacy. This was the palestra, the gymnasium. That's where they went, before, after having had a bath for their gymnastic exercises. Obviously, if the weather was fine, agreeable, in the open air. Among other objects were uncovered here on spot. The stony bowls, used as weights and were not as botchers. We go this way on. We have reached the apoditerium, the changing room, dressing and dressing room. The first room the men entered. They came in from there, they undressed, they seated, they look still on spot, the benches. They seated while waiting for their turn to the baths. Frigi, tieti, calidarium, cold, tepid, lukewarm, hot bath. Positano. They didn't use here the sea water. So after the cold bath over there, before the hot over here, and vice versa, much more often. After the hot, before the cold, the tepidarium. That's where we are now. Tepid, lukewarm bath. But take a look, please. No bathtub, no water into this room, nothing but steam. And still today on the spot, look at it, the original big bronze brazier, the heater, by means of which this room was heated. Lockers, ladies, gentlemen, somewhere they had to leave their creams, oils, small belongings. The hot bath. The two who using expecunia, public money, donated to the city the fountain and the price of the fountain, what they paid for the fountain. 5,250 Roman sesterces. The currency back to the Roman period. Look at the central heating system. Concatenation, double walls, mainly to avoid the dripping, the condensation.
Wow.
The wagons had a standard size. They were drawn by two animals passing between the stepping stones, not over them. The axle, the wheels as well, were high enough. Thus the chariot could pass through. A curiosity, not only in the States, in Canada, Australia, England, New Zealand, and so on, that's the gauge of your railroad. Not only where they went for washing themselves. Looking at it, you will recognize it. There are millions of copies the world over. The guide is showing you one of the few originals. We can all read C-A-V-E, Cave, C-A-N-E-M, Cave Canem. beware of the dog. Not only the inscription. You know, back then as a warning wasn't enough. We don't know, back then really few, the Pompeians able to read. That's why the addition of the picture. See the dog. And what for a dog? Look at him. Careful, stay away.